Excellent. So this is me, Jill Douka. I'm the top 4% of master coaches in the world, accredited by the International Coaching Federation, awarded mentor by European Union, and the founder of Global Academy of Coaching. I've written through 3 #1 bestsellers, and what we do in Global Academy of Coaching is we support high achievers to become the best coaches in the world. And I see that some of our students are in the chat. So a big hello to Global Academy of Coaching students and graduates. Write in the chat if you're a graduate or student. And I just want to tell you, congratulations. Congratulations. Because you belong to the 5% of people who want to make a difference in their lives. You belong to the 5% of people that are looking for solutions in order to have a better life. Why do I say that? Because the rest 95 of people, they're in the blame and shame game. But you are here. You want to learn more. You want to become more. So I just want to congratulate you. And I want to encourage you to take your favorite notebook and your favorite pen and write down anything that we will share. I'm gonna set some exercises for you. It's very important that we write down. Why? Because research says that we have 80% more probability to remember if we write something down, okay? And I would like to invite you to say to yourself, well done. Well done. And I want to hear you say it. If you want to unmute and say it loud, it will be great, because I really want to congratulate you for being here. Well done. So if you want to mute yourself, go ahead. Do they have the, James, they can unmute? Oh, they can't. Okay, just write in the chat, yes, okay, so that I know that you are actually congratulating yourself, because it's very important to acknowledge what we're doing. Yes, okay. I'm sorry, guys, you can. Well done. Yes, well done, Irma. Oh, George, you're here. I'm so happy. I know you're traveling. Well done to everyone. Yeah. And I would love if you would write down what you want to get with you at the end of the masterclass. You know, in coaching, we always start with the end in mind, just like the great Covey says in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So we begin with the end in mind. Now, please write down in the chat what you want to get with you at the end of the masterclass. Why? This will activate your reticular activating system. What is the reticular activating system? It's the part of the brain that actually supports us to create the life that we desire. Okay, so I want this exercise, once you write it down, you will activate the reticular activating system. So please write in the chat, what would you like to get with you at the end of the masterclass? Great. I would love it if you would write to the chat to everyone and not private messages to me. So it says, I want to have a better understanding of how to make money. Excellent. Great. I want to make more money. Excellent. Great. Excellent. We're definitely going to talk about this. What would you like to get with you at the end of the masterclass? Motivation, inspiration, knowledge, and power. Excellent. Better management of my financials. Excellent. A different mindset. I love this. Yes, yes. I want to make more money and how to use it. Yes, yes. You will definitely learn how to make more money. And the most important thing, I think, is first how to use it, okay? Understanding how money flows. Works, reduce resistance. Yes, yes, I love this. I want to keep more of the money I make. Excellent. Make money and then spend it all. Okay, we'll talk about this. Motivation and mindset to achieve it. Hit the stereotypes which are connected with the money. Excellent, Emilia. Reframing. Yes, Katerina. Knowledge and more money. I love it. I love it. I love it. To become more committed in order to make more money. Yes, Mary. tools to attract money and enjoy it. Yes, Lisa. So write in the chat what you want to get at the end of the masterclass, because this way we're going to activate your reticular activating system. Okay. So now I'm gonna be like something like a medium, and I'm gonna say to you some things about you, who you are, okay? And the only thing I want you to write in the chat is yes, if I'm right, okay? So let me know you have a great life, okay? You have a great life. Let me know. Yes, yes, I do. Yes, of course. Yes, yes. You have a great life. You see, hell yes. Okay, excellent. Excellent. But you want to be more. Tap a yes if this is correct. Sure. Definitely yes. Yes. You want to be more. Of course, yes. Yes, yes. There's always way for improvement. Yes, yes, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent, excellent. Now, you might be feeling held back by thoughts, circumstances, and others. Okay? Tap yes if you feel this. And if you do, it's very, very normal. Yes, yes. And it's very, very normal, okay? And it's okay if you feel like that. And even if you're a coach, I see we have many students of global and graduates of Global Academy of Coaching where we learn to take 100% responsibility. Still, we can feel held back by our thoughts, circumstances, or others. Okay, I've been many times in these positions. Now, you want to help others feel inner harmony, enjoy life, and create a career where you support people take their lives to the next level. Maybe you have already created this career, but you really want to make more out of this. Tap yes if you agree with this. Great, great, great. Excellent. Yes, 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 yes. Agreed. Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. So this is me, and I've been blessed to have worked with and been mentored by and shared the stage by some of the most incredible people on this earth, just like Jack Canfield, who has been my very first mentor, with Brenda Burchard, Steve Forbes. I've written 3 number 1 bestsellers. I've spoken in front of 500 people in India, in New York, in London, all over the world, and of course, a lot of TV, thousands of seminars, workshops. I've been writing for Forbes Coaches Council. I have won numerous awards. Here you see me speaking at the House of Commons in London. And of course, the most important accomplishment I've ever accomplished, if I can say that it's accomplishment, is my daughter Joy. And you see us here in this picture. So it's incredible that since 2005, I'm working in personal development. I've done tons of things, supporting people take their lives to the next level. And of course, life has its ups and downs. And there was a moment where I had to take a decision. It was 2007, and I was working in the personal development field. I was a trainer, and the number 1 tourism tour operator in Greece. I was traveling all over Greece in the best destinations, the best hotels, eating at the best restaurants. Everybody was jealous of me. I had an amazing relationship. I was making a lot of money compared to my friends. I was working as contractor in this company, and there was a day that I just broke down. I was in Santorini. They gave me one of the most beautiful rooms I've ever stayed at. It had the view of the volcano. It had a swimming pool, waterfront swimming pool on the cliff. And the moment I got in, I broke down. I literally broke down. I was crying for many hours. I don't even know how many hours, because my life was not the life that I wanted. From the outside, everything seemed so cool and neat And I would feel that I had no meaning in my life, apart from the fact that I had no time for myself. I was doing my MBA and I was actually working and studying 7 days per week. And at that moment, I asked for help from God. I requested help and I said, show me the way. I'm lost. Show me, what do I need to do? And this way, the book of Jack Canfield came in my hands, The Success Principles. And little did I know that 10 years after, and then 10th anniversary, Jack would write about my success story in this book that actually pushed me to start doing coaching. I had no clue what coaching was. And within one coaching session, my coach activated my reticular activating system in order to find 30,000 euros. I had felt that I needed 30,000 euros to start my own company. And we came out, at the end of the session, she's like, what do you need in order to start your own company? I need 30,000 euros. She's like, okay, let's see what the universe is going to bring. And within 1 month, I met an entrepreneur with whom we created the candidacy for his company in order for the company to get an award that was worth 50,000 euros. And in this award, that entrepreneur gave me the 30,000 euros, 25,000 euros actually. So with one coaching session, I activated my reticular activating system in order to start finding what I felt that I needed. And this is, this is really magical. And with Global Academy of Coaching students, we see it every day. We put goals, we assign goals, and then magically they happen. Now, the thing about money is not having money. The thing about money is what you do with them and how you can make this money make more money. But it took me about 20 years more to even realize that. So my mission is to lead high targets through creative flexibility in order to empower people to take action, feel secure, and get the greatest value from their future. And in Global Academy of Coaching, we train over 1 million high achievers to become top coaches and leaders. Now, ever since I met Veronica in London on July, where I shared the stage with Deepak Chopra, we were standing at their table and I saw a flyer and it had Robert Kiyosaki's face. I'm like, Veronica, you're bringing Robert in London. She's like, yeah, we're bringing him. I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna join. It's, I'm gonna join for sure because I've never seen him live. And I was so excited. And then when I came back home, I downloaded in my audiobook library, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, to listen to it because I realized that the first time I listened to this book was on 2008. And I'm like, oh my God, so many years. And and then I listened to the book and fireworks started because I don't know if you have been through this, but when you read a book or see some information after a long time, you're a completely different person. So no matter how many times I go and do Unleash Power Within with Tony Robbins, I'm a different person. Even year after year, I'm a different person. I hear different stuff. So tell me, yes, if this has happened to you, when you get information or you get trained, the same training, but after some time, you just hear different things. So yes, the information is the same, but you are different. Yes, John, exactly. Yes, Nascar, Mom. Mm-hmm. Oh, Susan, I'm so happy you're here with us. So I listened to the book and I was like, oh my God, I've been doing some things correctly, but I'm doing most of the things badly. I really need to shape up on my finances. So I'm going to share with you these new information that it's old, but now it was like so crystal clear in front of me in order, and hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. And then Richard is going to share his his incredible wisdom, okay, on these topics. So the first thing, the first secret we need to understand in order to shift our mindset, and I saw that many of you wrote this down, I want to shift my mindset. I'm so happy that you understand that it's important to shift the mindset, because we all need to shift our mindset, I think, no matter how successful we are, is to be clear on what an asset is and what a liability is. Okay? And I'm going to share with you a story that, my first degree was as a dance teacher. So I studied here for 3 years in Greece, and then I did my master's in New York in Miss Cunningham Dance Foundation, where I became a choreographer. And I did some amazing performances. And then when I came back in Greece, I started working with the National Theater. I did some doing incredible musicals, but I didn't feel that it was 100% where I ought to be there. And after doing my master's in event management, I decided to do an MBA. And I had, the management culturel et politique. It's called my certification in event management, but that could not, help me to actually go through all the classes in my MBA, because I had never done serious maths in my life, so I really had to struggle, and I really had to study very hard for accounting and anything that had to do with finance. And I'll never forget the balance sheet. I'll never forget the balance sheet, because my balance sheet, whenever I would do the exercise, would never come straight. No, it would never go and have the same amount in both sides. And it was so frustrating for me. And I realized that I was confusing the balance sheet with the cash flow. And if we are not clear on what an asset is, a liability is, what cash flow is, and what comes into our pocket and what goes out, then we are in serious problem. Okay? In serious problem. Very, very, plainly, asset is whatever brings money, and liability is whatever takes money. And in the last masterclass, I hope that you are here. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't one of our students, but it was one of the people that are every month in our masterclass. He wrote in the chat, and he said, I'm done. I'm bored of giving money, fixing my house. And I was just like, oh my God, it's incredible. I'm so, this is so cool, because what Richard says is that the house is a liability. Your house is a liability. And I know that in most cultures, we believe that our house is an asset, but our house doesn't bring money. Okay? Our house doesn't bring in money. So I would like you to think what your assets are and what your liabilities are. Okay? What are your assets? What brings money? And what are your liabilities? And I would love it if you would share it in the chat. Just write, my assets are this, this, and this, and my liabilities are just 2 or 3. Let's see what will come up. I'm writing as well. Great. Your buy-to-let house is what is an asset, Chris? So, Susan, you say that you working is the only asset you bring in money, correct? Great. Okay, excellent. My asset is my profession. So is your job. My liabilities are my house, my car, my way of living. Thank you. Artistic talents, health, a house I can have access to as my own, animals I care for, same house I have to fix. Great. So Themis, your house, as I said, is not an asset. We think it is. This was so hard for me to grasp in the beginning. Okay, but hopefully Richard will really, help us boil down to this. Okay, so it really has to go on the other side. Okay, my job, my liabilities, my credit card. Exactly. Exactly. Your credit card and any loans you have, okay, are liabilities. Excellent. So assets can be the job, income from rentals, income from any stocks, bonds, okay? And liabilities are the credit card, the loans that we have, the car, as we said, our house is a liability, okay? Yes, your business. My offer, system, and team are my assets. Excellent. My loans, credit cards, and bad habits are my liabilities. Excellent. So listen, thank you, first of all, for sharing this. I know this is a safe space, as we have said, okay, because you at the chat cannot be we're not sharing the chat afterwards, and I only say your first name. So this is a safe space, and I really want to acknowledge the fact that you are sharing, okay? But it's very important for us, for all of us, to become very clear on that, okay? So these are assets and these are the liabilities. Now, all of you are learners. How do I know that you are learners? You're here. If you would not be learners, you would not be here. You would be having your coffee, playing with your children, okay? All of you are learners. And I want to say to you that knowledge is your asset. This moment, you're building your asset column, okay? All of you, this moment, you are building your asset column. Of course, knowledge is an asset if you use it, okay? Because knowledge, if we don't use it, it's just knowledge. It's just information, okay? Exactly, Chris. Your mind is your biggest asset. And in Global Academy of Coaching, the first thing that we say in every video class is that the most important asset in our lives is our brain, is ourselves, and the development that we have, because all the assets can disappear in a heartbeat. Every asset can disappear in a heartbeat. And you know what's going to remain? Your ability to rebuild it. Okay, that's going to remain. So I would like you to write down, my ability to rebuild my assets is my number one priority. Okay, your mindset. My ability to rebuild my assets is my number one priority. Thank you for this, Chris. Now, let's see what Christina did. And Christina got her certification today, and I'm so happy and proud of her. She paid off her tuition in her 6 months of studies in Global Academy of Coaching, okay? She already had other coaching certification. She was not confident that she could coach. And in Global Academy of Coaching, within 6 months, she paid off her tuition with 20 clients that she's coaching. So you can see what a mindset, put to action, knowledge, put to action can do, okay? How this can actually bring money. Great. Now, I want to invite you to educate yourself, to make your dreams become reality, and join me and Richard Tan at the National Achievers Congress. This will happen in London. We're going to give you some incredible bonuses at the end. I would like you to open up now the link that we're going to share with you. And I would like to invite you to join us in order to work on this, okay, and learn more. Now, let's go on secret number 2. And if James, if you can put the link in the chat, that would be great. Secret number 2, be clear on where you are now, okay? It's just like GPS. When we put the GPS, the first thing that the GPS has to do is to see where we are now, okay, in order to calculate where we're going to go. Confucius says knowledge without practice is useless, and practice without knowledge is dangerous, okay? But if we don't know where we are, we cannot know where we want to be. This is the cash flow quadrants explained by Robert Kiyosaki. And this is mind-blowing, okay? This is mind-blowing. This is the quadrant where each and every one of us are. You might be in two quadrants, okay? Or you might be transitioning from one quadrant to other. An employee. You make money by working for other people. Now, the number one value for people who are working for other people and make money like this is security. It's very important to understand this. The number one value of employees is security. People who work for others feel they are secure like this, that they work for a big corporation that will take care of them. The government will take care of them when they get old. And this is very important for them. I have been an employee, okay? When I started my career, I was an employee. Self-employed, you make money by owning a job and working for yourself, okay? Self-employed are coaches, are teachers who are teaching things online or live. You are doctors, accountants, okay? You make money by owning a job and working for yourself. Now, it's a very funny thing. When I jumped from employee to self-employed, I said, oh, I'm doing this because I'm going to have more time for myself. No. You are definitely not going to have more time for yourself. And tap yes if you have been through this and you believe that you have more time for yourself. No. What is happening is that you have shifted from the security value and now you value freedom. You believe that when you are self-employed, you have more freedom of flexibility of hours, freedom to pick up, to actually choose your clients. And these are right. I definitely, I know this, okay? Yeah, Olga, it never happens when you run your own business. Exactly. You know why, Olga? And I have been through a mentorship program for 2.5 years where I was paying over 2,000 euros every month. And this is what I grasped this so much, and so deeply, because when you are an employee, when you're self-employed, you believe that you do it the best way. Okay. You believe you're the best. You believe that no one can do it the way that you do it. And of course, I've been through this phase. I've been through that. Oh, I'm the best. No one can do it. Why don't you do it my way, my way? The self-employed, they sing the song My Way, okay, right and left. And the big difference with the business owner is that the business owner owns a system that makes money for them. Write this down. A business owner owns a system that makes money for them. Now, I was listening today to the Robert Kiyosaki. There's a whole library with 12 hours in Audible. So I have been listening to it the past days. And he said, it was incredible because I've never heard anyone say it so clearly. He said that as a business owner, the least you know about the business, the least you're actually involved in the business, the more you can become a business owner. And I was like, oh my, no one has ever said it so simply. It's so in such a simple way. It really made sense for me. The less you're involved in the day-to-day business, the more you own a business. Why? Because the more systems there are. When there are systems, things can self-correct. There are systems that can help pitfalls, okay? So this is the business owner that owns a system that makes money for them. And now we talk about an investor. An investor invests their money or other people's money, and this money works for them. Okay, so I want you now to tap in the chat. In which quadrant are you? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed? Are you a business owner? Are you an investor? In which quadrant are you? And also, if you are in between, now you're shifting gears, write that too. So please write in the chat, in which quadrant are you? E, S, B, or I? E, self-employed, hoping for business owner. E, B-ish. John, you're so funny. Between self-employed and business owner, E, S. E going to S. Okay. E going to S. E, E, S, B. Excellent. Excellent, Chris. S, E, B. Bravo, Christopher. Excellent. E, great. S to B. So this information, just this information, I shared it because this will activate you. Okay, and now you're going to start thinking, does this decision help me go to the S? Does this decision help me go to B? Does this, where does this decision help me go? Okay, so I really want to, I really want you to start thinking about it. Great, excellent, excellent. And we said, and please write, where do you want to be? Now, this is the most important, okay? Because here we started our GPS. Now we know where we are. But I really want to know, where do you want to be? Just write, E, S, B, or I. Where do you want to be? Yeah. S, B, business owner. Excellent. B, yeah. B, B, I love this. B, 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 B. You want to be, boo. Business or an investor? Of course, Irma. Of course. Great, great. Excellent. Yes, B, of course. Of course, you want to be I, because in I, there's passive income, in quotes, okay? There is never passive income, but it's income that is much easier. Business owner and investor. Yes, Vasiliki. Excellent. So, write this down. The only way to achieve it is to change what you already are doing. My mentor says, new level, new devil. Okay. What you're doing, you have to change it. Please write this down. What I'm doing, I am changing it now. Okay. There's no other way. Now, when we were in, I did my first Money and You program when Joy was 5 months old. We traveled to Malaysia. I got all that. I was breastfeeding. I got all that milk with me. And I did the Money and You program, and I had her next to me most of the time. And there was this amazing exercise. So there were chairs. There were 300 people. There were 299 chairs. And we were running around, sitting on the chair when the music stopped. And, slowly the chairs would go out, 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 out. And at the end, there were 2 people in one chair. And we did this exercise. And it was really fun. And then Carrie, the teacher there, said, now we're going to do the same exercise, and we're going to tie your right hand in your right leg, I think. And it wasn't any more fun. We weren't laughing because we couldn't move. Okay. And it was tough to find a chair. And after a certain point, I got so tired. And then after a certain point, we're playing the game for half an hour. I started crying because it was so frustrating. I had to push people. It was just like, it was really, really weird. And when we finished the exercise, she said, this is how you're going to be feeling if you're going to be 60 years old and you have to work for money, and you're not going to have money, cash flow. And ever since, whenever I do my workshops in Bali, in Phuket, in Crete, anywhere in the world, in the retreat, the first question, the first exercise we do is, when are you going to die? What is the age that you're going to die? And, my students freak out. They're like, come on, Jill, we came to have fun. And I'm like, no, we really need to begin with the end in mind. Please write down the date that you see that you're going to leave. And when we write this age down, whatever that age is, then we see how many years we have left. And we realize how much time we can still work and make money. And I really, really went through this experience with my parents. My parents, they did an excellent job in building a portfolio with real estate, but they did a lousy job with having cash. And I ended up being able, having to manage the real estate in order to support their living, because they couldn't take any more decisions for themselves. And I didn't have any cash. So I would have to take cash from my own family in order to support my parents. And I literally, one night, I had a nightmare. I would see myself banging on the wall, taking bricks, and thinking that those bricks would be cash so that I would be able to pay their expenses. Why I'm saying all this is that there is an urgency. There is an urgency for all of us. Most of you are over 30 years old. There's an urgency to start having the plan for a financial freedom. Okay? There's an urgency. Because, my beautiful friends, if we don't do it now, we're never going to be able to do it. Okay? And the secret number 3, as Robert says, is first to invest and then to spend. The society, all the commercials that we see, the credit cards and all these, it's just incredible. Nowhere there is the training that we need to invest first in order to spend, in order for the investment to pay for what we're going to spend. And Robert said in one of his interviews that this is the way that the reptiles think. The reptiles think short term, okay? Short term. They're doing things just, for the short term. And we as mammals are supposed to think long term. And it's incredible if you think what we're doing. We're acting like reptiles. And I was like shocked, this is the moment that there is now, but there are so many years ahead. And after a certain point, nobody, you and me, we're not going to be able, God bless us, to be able to work when we're 90, but that's not most probable. Okay. So learning and educating ourselves how to invest first and then to spend is the only way to go forward. Yes, Anna, we have to invest first. Now, our houses and our cars are not investments. I know that many people believe that their house and their cars are investments. They're not investments. And hopefully Richard is going to share more on investments on this. How can I invest? How can I invest? First, we need to release fear, the fantasized emotions appearing real, as Jack Canfield says. We need to release fear. Of course, we're going to do mistakes when we invest, okay? And we need to be fearless. Welcome the mistakes, because the mistakes are the ones that are going to help us build and develop our portfolio. Once we release fear, we are going to allow ourselves to dream as big as we desire, be clear on what we want our future to be, have faith no matter what, and work towards our dreams and make our dreams a reality. And while we achieve this, we can be a role model for our family and community. Lead by example, inspire others to become the best version of themselves, be a leader, and thrive. And tap a yes if you want all this. Tap a yes if you want all this. Do you want to be a role model for your family and community? Lead by example, inspire others, become the best version of yourself, thrive. And I know many of you already do this, but I'm talking about a big, 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 big impact, okay? We can achieve this together, and I want to invite you to join us at the National Achievers Congress. I would love to be there with you. I'm going to be in London. Richard's going to be there too. Robert Kiyosaki is going to be there. Some incredible speakers are going to be there. And I really want to invite you to join us. Okay. And I'm going to share with you also some incredible bonuses that we're going to have. Now, we're trained to believe that a job is a job. We haven't been trained that we can be on a mission and make a living and have passive income. Okay. And we haven't fixed this already. We have been to the moon, and because we believe life is hard, we have to start living when we retire. You can trust no one. Money is scarce. We have to suffer and pay our bills doing something we don't like. There is no love. Men and women are beep. Okay. But all these are lies. All these are lies. And it all has to do with our financial mindset. Okay. Because life doesn't have to be hard. We don't start living when we retire. We can trust people. Of course, we have to be careful, but of course we can trust some people. Money is abundant. Okay. Now, I want to invite you to have a new reality where we create our life. We know deep inside that there are tough times are happening for us and not against us. And we can handle any negativity with love and enjoy every minute of our lives. Okay. Once we have this financial freedom, we would feel centered, even if things are happening. Be absolutely clear on what we want. Be absolutely clear on how we create what we desire. We're hope, focused, happy. Okay? Because we don't want to end up sick, fired, divorced, or not taking a divorce and counting the days till retirement. I don't even know if retirement exists anymore. And let me know, have you ever been in any of these scenarios, feeling sick, being fired, divorced, or not taking a divorce? Tap a yes if you have ever been in any of these scenarios. Yeah. Yeah. Now, this is the new reality that we are creating, okay? All of the above, sweetie. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Now, I want to invite you to educate ourselves. We're going to educate ourselves and really get into another reality and start working towards that. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's for someone who's really wants to be devoted, okay? So I really want to invite you to join us in London. And I'm very grateful. I want to welcome Richard Tan. It's a big, big honor to have Richard in this masterclass. He's a co-founder together with Veronica Tan and chairman of Success Resources. He co-founded Success Resources in 1992, and under Richard's leadership, Success Resources has become one of the leading global providers of educational resources and seminars, impacting 12 million people across 37 countries and territories. Success Resources has attracted internationally acclaimed speakers for its events like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Michael Porter, and former US President Bill Clinton. Richard was awarded the prestigious Phoenix Award by the government of Singapore in 2003, the Fast Tech 500 Award by Deloitte and Touche in 2005 and 2008, and Top CEO of the Year in 2017. Please welcome Richard Tan. Welcome, Richard. I'm so happy you're here with us.
Hey, hi everybody. Thank you, Jill. My name is Richard Tan. I'm very happy to be here. Now, so before I begin, I want to thank Jill for this amazing opportunity, and also James. James may not be, you may not know James, but James kind of organized and put everything behind. So thank you, Jill, for this opportunity, and thank you everybody for coming for this presentation here. Now, my name is Richard Tan. I'm from Singapore. Yeah. Do you understand my English, or do you prefer me to speak Chinese? I can speak Chinese. You want to speak Chinese? No, of course, English, right? So, well, I can see that some of you say, yeah, it's fine. Oh, okay, thank you. But if you can't understand me, then you say, please speak Chinese, then I will speak Chinese to you, okay? Now, Singapore is a very, 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 very small place, yeah? And it's sometimes called paradise because it's a wonderful, wonderful place. Now, how many of you here have been to Singapore? If you have been to Singapore, can you please type yes to me? Like, why? Why? Type why. Have you been to Singapore? Have you been to Singapore? Well, many of you have been to Singapore. Very good. Now, of course, who else is awesome? Yeah, Jill says awesome. Anna says great. John, not yet. Now, there are 53 people here, participant. How many of you have not been to Singapore, but you don't mind in the next 1-2 years to visit Singapore? If you don't mind to visit Singapore in the next 1-2 years, can you please type 0, 0, 0 so that I can know? 0, 0. Yes, oh. Yes, John. Yes. Who else? Professor. Yes, doctor. Yes. Okay, very good. Now, Anna, you were there last week. Oh, good. Now, so many of you have not been to Singapore. Good news for you. Now you are not alone because you are my friend now. So if you ever come to Singapore, you just let us know. You have Veronica here, Nikki here, myself. So you have friends in Singapore to bring you around, okay? So bring some of your money so you can spend in Singapore. Good. Now, I'd like to start by sharing my presentation. So let me just head on first. Go to advanced, portion of screen. Okay. So this is my presentation. Head officer. Slideshow. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, I'm also amazed with your country, Greece, right? Now, I don't know how many of you here are not from Greece. Now, Greece is an amazing place. Greece actually is a country that gives us democracy. If you do not know what is that, today you are living in a free world. It comes from Greece. Greece is also the country that gives us Olympic game, philosophy, Socrates, science, medicine, marathon. If you know the story of marathon, yeah, how as they spread the news running from Athens to marathon. And the other thing about Greece and the people of Greece is that they love partying and dancing. Yes, partying and dancing. So that's what Greece is all about. Huh? Yes. Now, okay. Many like just now, Jill has mentioned that we run seminars all over the world. During the pre-COVID day, Success Resources run about 550 events a year in many cities, 70 cities around the world. Now, many people say, Richard, how do you get started, right? How do you get started? Now, I'm actually an engineer by training. I used to work on the offshore industry, drilling oil for oil company. And this is where I used to work, right? This is what I do. Yeah. Now, many years ago, during the oil crisis, the oil price actually went down. Many American company, now I work for American company, right? Many oil company, they actually kept the well because every barrel of oil that came out from the ground, the oil company lose money. So they kept their well. And I actually got into this business by accident. Because a good friend of mine, how many of you here got good friend that always get you into trouble? Any one of you got good friend that always get you into trouble? Okay, good. Now, this is a friend that I grew up together with. He also introduced a girl that become my wife. That's why it get me into a lot of trouble. Now, he volunteered me to help a non-profit organization run a conference. At the end of the conference, somebody came to me and said, Richard, you're quite a good organizer. Why don't you do it full time? So I've been doing full time from that day to today. And that's how I get started. And that's about 30 years ago, right? So for 30 years, we have been running conference all over the world, 550 conference a year. And there's a lot of conference, right? I spend about 250 days out of the country every year. So we organize events all over the world, all over Asia, all over Europe, Australia, USA, Africa, etc. So these are the speakers that speak on our event. These are the country that we are in, right? Now, as just now Jill has mentioned, we promote very, very amazing speakers, right? So like Anthony Robbins, for example. So we have been promoting Anthony Robbins for 25 years. Recently, we just finished Anthony Robbins Unleash the Power Within in Birmingham. We have 14,000 people. And I think last week, we just finished another Anthony Robbins program in Sydney, Australia, 7,000 people. So we have also Richard Branson. This year, we have Richard Branson in Australia, etc. Now, we also have national leaders, like for example, Tony Blair speaks on our seminar, and even President Donald Trump speaks on our seminar, T. Harv Eker. We have amazing business people like Steve Forbes speak on our seminar. We have Robert teachers, wealth teacher like Robert and Kim Kiyosaki speak on our seminar. President Bill Clinton speak on our seminar, and amazing marketing genius Jay Abraham speak on our seminar. Now, I know that this event is about financial abundance. Now, to achieve financial abundance, you probably need two tools, right? Two tools. Now, one tool is business and the other is investment. So you need tools to achieve your financial abundance, and one is business, one is investment. Now, Jay Abraham is brilliant for helping business people to grow your business without spending a lot of money. Now, just now when Jill was asking, are you in the E quadrant, S quadrant, B quadrant, or I quadrant? So many of you, are thinking of being in the S quadrant and then going to the B quadrant, right? So in business, right? Or some of you are in the E quadrant, but you don't mind, or you are thinking that in the next 1-2 years or 2-3 years, you may want to start your own business. So Jay Abraham is someone that can help you grow your business without spending a lot of money. Now, over the last 30 years, I've met many amazing people. Me and my wife, travel around the world and meet a lot of amazing people. And one of the advantage of meeting amazing people is that we get to learn from them. So this is my wife, Veronica. She's also an amazing person. If you ever meet her, right, go and shake her hand because she's really amazing. The reason why I say she's amazing is because, she's very loyal to her friend. She has a lot of friends, female friends. If they have a relationship problem or you have the health problem, Veronica will put down everything just to spend time with her friend. And usually she'll put down all my things and spend time with her friend. Isn't she amazing, right? Okay, as I say that, because I meet so many amazing people, I want to share with you today about what are the lessons I learned from many of these people. I know that today when we first get started now, Jill, started it very well. She says, write down the end result. So many of you, you want to have knowledge, inspiration, motivation, power. You want to know how to make more money, how money flow, and the tools, right, to attract more money, etc. So I'm going to try to cover some of these points here, okay? Now, so let's first start with how you can grow your business if you are in business. As I say, Jay Abraham is amazing marketing genius, and a lot of business people use what he teach to grow their business without spending a lot of money. Now today, if you want to make a lot of money in business, but you do not have a lot of money, you must learn from Jay Abraham. Now, so if you are in business, what is your greatest asset? What is your greatest asset? Your greatest asset is your customer, right? But who are your best prospect to grow your business? Who are your best prospect to grow your business? Now, Jay Abraham say this, the best prospect to grow your business are your existing customer. You see, what happened is this, that many business people, they all go look for new customer. Yes, new customer are great. but you got to spend money to find new customer. But many business people know, and J. Abraham taught this, the best prospect for you to grow your business are your existing customer. Why? Because your existing customer trust you, and if you have a way for them to buy more, use your product more, they are the best prospect for you to grow your business. So how do you grow your business? How many ways are there to grow your business? So J. Abraham say, not 100 ways, not 90 ways, not 80 ways, not 70 ways, not 60 ways, not 50 ways. So how many ways are there to grow your business? Not 40 ways, not 30 ways, not 20 ways, not 10 ways, not 9, not 8, not 7, not 6, not 5, not 4. J. Abraham says that there are only 3 ways to grow your business. So what are the 3 ways to grow your business? Okay. Number 1, increase the number of customers. The more customer you have, the more money you can make, right? Okay. Number 2, increase the value of sales. That means to say that instead of selling your product, I don't know in Greece whether you use euro or what currency, let's say US dollar. So instead of selling your product for $10, you sell it for $12. Increase the value of sales, right? And I can tell you this, most people don't realize that you increase by $2. Okay. Number 3, increase the frequency of sales. So instead of your customer use your service twice a year, if they use your service 3 times, right? So you got 30% increase, right? So for example, how you can make 20% more money without sending a single cent, right? So this is a noodle. Now, if you sell your noodle for $4, increase by $1, become $5. So you make 20% more money, right? 20% more money. Now, some of you here, and what's your cost? It's 0. You increase your price from $4 to $5 or $4 US dollar to $5 US dollar. There's 20% more, but your cost, your cost is 0, right? Now, I mean, let's look at this McCoffee, right? So McCoffee actually, just by changing, just by changing the brand, the name, if you go McDonald's, buy a coffee, it's $1. If you buy McCoffee, it's $4. So just by changing the brand, McDonald's make 400% more money. So J. Abraham is great for helping you increase your business without spending lots of money. Okay. Now, so still in the area of business, would you like to increase your income by 5 times or 10 times? Now, if you want to increase your income by 5 times or 10 times, and if you understand this little story, right? If you understand this little story, you will be able to increase your income by 5 times or 10 times. Okay. Now, so J. Abraham has this story that is amazing, right? And if you understand this story, you'll be able to increase your income by 5 times or 10 times. Now, do you know why your customer don't want to use your service? Why your customer don't want to use your product? Your customer don't want to use your service. Your customer don't want to use your product. It's because you are risky. Customer don't want to give you money because you are risky. Customer don't want to invest in your business because you are risky. So let me just share with you this story that J. Abraham say, okay? So, and this is a real story, So in UK, in London, many years ago, right? Lots of Middle East people go to London and they buy property. A lot of developers were developing property and they were oversold of property. So much, there are so many property there that, overabundant of property. Now, so there's one developer that say this. They say that if you buy my property, look at this, if you buy my property and if the price go down, after 3 years, I am going to buy the property back from you. Listen carefully, buy my property. If the price go down, I'm going to buy, in 3 years time, I'm going to buy back the property from you. So what does he do? He actually take the risk away. He actually take the risk away because you are risky, but he take the risk away, right? He take the risk away from you. So make it easy for people to work with you. Make it easy for people to pay you. Make it easy for people to work with you. Make it easy, right, for customer to access you. So that's what J. Abraham says. Now, many years, we invited Bill Clinton to speak in our seminar. Now, Bill Clinton at that time was the most powerful man on planet Earth. So I have lunch with him together. Now, like all hosts, right? Like all hosts, I think, the Greeks are very similar to Asian. You are very friendly. You just want to meet your host, feel at home. So I sat down with him and I began to ask Bill Clinton question, right? I tell you that this time, the answer he gave to me actually totally changed my life, right? And the first question I asked him was, I said, Mr. Bill Clinton, when is it the first time you ever thought of wanting to be a president? So he told me that, well, the first time he wanted to be a president was when he was in a university. But in a university, he thought, that he might want to join politics and become a president. Now, the other interest that he has was that he is a saxophonist, like he blows saxophone, right? And because he blows saxophone, he says that it's harder to be the the best saxophonist in America. In fact, it's more easier to be a president than being a best saxophonist. So that's the first question I asked him. The second question I asked him was this. I said, Mr. President, now that you are no more president, what is your plan? And he said this. He says that because I at that time I heard that he wanted to be, a television talk show host. I mean, there were news that he might be like Oprah Winfrey, being a talk show host, etc. Yes, I know. In American president can be a movie star. Not in Greece, maybe not in Asia. American president can be a movie star. So he says he want to be an investor. So I asked him, I said, where do you want to invest? What do you want to invest? He said he want to invest in the Baltic near the Black Sea there. And I asked him why. And he says that's because he know the government there, the people there, and that they are, the government there are very, very capable and they are very, very so-called honest, right? So he says that if he can raise some money, invest there, he can get 20 to 30% return every year. Then I asked him the third question. It was this third question, the answer to the third question that totally changed my life. And would you be interested to know what is the third question? If you're interested, can you please type why? Yes. Helen. Okay, Nancy. Very good. So let me share with you the third question. I don't know how many of you here have ever got this experience that when you open your mouth, 1 second after you open your mouth, you regret what you say. How many of you got this experience? Have you got this experience? 1 second after you open your mouth, you regret what you say. Okay, so this is the same situation I'm in. 1 second I open my mouth, I regret what I say. Now, what did I ask him? Okay, so this is what I asked him. I say, Mr. President, is it right or wrong for America to invade Afghanistan? Listen carefully, Is it right or wrong for America to invade Afghanistan? As soon as I opened that, now my heart dropped to my toe because I said, wow, I think he's going to be upset. He's going to walk out of the room. But he looked at me, he says, Richard, that's a very good question. And the answer he gave me totally changed my life. And this is what he says. He said, Richard, it's not about whether it's right or wrong for America to invade Afghanistan. It's not about right or wrong, because American soldiers are already in Afghanistan. American soldiers are already in Afghanistan. So it's not about right or wrong, but it's about making it right. Listen carefully. It's not about right or wrong. It's about making it right. So American soldiers are already in Afghanistan. What we want to do is to make it right. So when American soldiers leave Afghanistan, Afghanistan must be a better place with education, infrastructure, hospital, school, road, etc. So it is not about being right or wrong. It is about making it right. It is not about right or wrong decision. It's about making it right. So ladies and gentlemen, right? It's not about whether you make a right or wrong decision, because it's in the future. You don't know whether your decision you make is right or wrong. Some of you here are school teacher. Is it right or wrong to be a school teacher? You don't know. But make it right. Make it right. Just because your friend becomes an entrepreneur, run their own business, is it right or wrong to become a school teacher? Why don't you run your own business? No. If you decide to be a teacher, be the best teacher in your city, in your whole country. Change the life of people so that you can be remembered for changing the life of so many people. Now, if you decide to be an entrepreneur, if you want to decide to run a business, is it right or wrong? COVID, can there be another COVID? Can there be a financial crisis? Running a business is very risky. But if you decided to be in business, make it right. Be the most profitable business in your city. Make the most money than anybody else in your country. Be the most wealthiest person. Be happy. Change the life of people. So it's not about being right or wrong. It's about making it right. Like, for example, if you want to join Jill to be a coach, you say, I got a good job. I want to join Jill to be a coach. And I already joined Jill to be a coach. I now regret, it's very hard. So if you have already if you have decided to be a coach, make it right. Be the best coach in your city, in your country. Change the life of your customer. And this is the most important lesson I learned from the President of the United States, right? Now, of course, we also promote Donald Trump. In fact, I have dinner with him a couple of times. I want to say this to you. Some people love him. Some people hate him. But I want to tell you this. I have dinner with him a couple of times. Donald Trump is a very, 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 very nice person. As long as you do not disagree with him, okay? As long as you do not disagree with him, he's a very nice person. But, I got nothing to disagree with him about. Now, the person that I really, really admire a lot that changed my life is none other than Robert Kiyosaki. Why? Because it's among a lot of amazing people I met, right? And it's important to meet amazing people, because when you meet amazing people, you are standing on the shoulder of a giant and you can see further. Now, for 25 years, Veronica and myself at Success Resources, we have promoted Robert Kiyosaki all over the world. Every year, we bring him to some country. He's just in Singapore, right? So as Jill mentioned, he's going to be in London. He's going to be in Germany. It's promoted by Success Resources. So what I want to do is Jill has shared some lesson. I want to share with you some lesson I learned from Robert, right? So money lesson I learned from Robert. Now, the first lesson I learned from Robert is this, about money lesson I learned from Robert, is that the rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. The rich won't work for money. They have money work for them. Now, the poor and the middle class, we are constantly in a rat race, right? So Robert says that there are three group of people. Number one is the poor. Who are the poor? The poor are those people who spend the money they haven't earned, right? Through their credit card. They haven't earned yet, they already spent already. And the second group of people are called the middle class. The middle class are those that exchange their time for money. The middle class are maybe, you can find even doctors and architects and accountants, they can be considered middle class, right? They get up, they go to work, they are just like running on the rat race. They pay bills, they buy luxuries item, and then, mortgage, and then they have to go back to work to earn more money. They're just running on the treadmill, run, and then they buy more luxurious good. They thinking that this liability are asset. They buy big house, big boat, and they have big wife, etc. Right? They run. One day, they drop dead. Why? Because they have a heart attack, right? So the middle class actually exchange their time for money. So you have the poor that spend the money they haven't earned, the middle class that exchange the time for money, and then the third category is called the rich. Now the rich have business and investment that work for them, like system, and the rich have money working for them. And they are always learning, right? They are always learning, right? So the rich don't work for money, and the rich have money work for them. Now, just now someone says here, he says, I want to learn how to keep money, because you make a lot of money, but you also lost your money. That's really, 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 really true, okay? So it's not how much you make, but how much you keep. How much you make and how much, it's not how much you make, but how much you keep. So it's crucial to learn, Robert says, accounting work, because without accounting, you don't know whether you're making money or not, and then you're spending more than you make. So what is important is to know also the difference between asset and liability, right? Like what Jill have been saying. Now, Robert has a very, very simple, the word is called simple definition, okay? Anything that put money in your pocket is an asset, okay? You might want to say together with me, 1, 2, 3. Anything that put money in your pocket is an asset, okay? 1, 2, 3. Anything that put money in your pocket is an asset. So, if you buy a house, if the house put money in your pocket, it's an asset. If you buy a house and the house doesn't put money in your pocket, but take money away from your pocket, it's a liability, okay? So the other way is liability is anything that take money out of your pocket. Liability is anything that take money out of your pocket. So if you have a car and your car take money out of your pocket, it's a liability. If you have a car and the car put money in your pocket, it's an asset, okay? So the difference between asset and liability is whether asset put money in your pocket, liability take money from your pocket, right? So if you marry a wife, if she put money in your pocket, there's an asset. You take money out of your pocket, it's liability. No, I'm just kidding, okay? It doesn't apply to wife, Okay, now, so it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, okay? So that's a very simple definition. Now, the third lesson is focus on building asset. Focus on building asset. The only way to be financially free and also to have time freedom is to create asset. Because when your passive income is more than your expenses, then you don't have to work. See, many people, you want to have financial freedom and you spend so much time working that you have no time to spend your money, right? So it is about building asset. Robert says this, rich people buy luxuries last, because poor people buy luxuries that take money from the pocket to look rich. Poor people buy luxurious items to look rich. Now, the rich only buy asset because asset put money in your pocket and asset will take good care of you, okay? Now, this is very, 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 very important lesson. Robert says that the rich don't pay tax. The rich don't pay tax. Now, some of you maybe wonder, no, it's not fair. How come the rich don't pay tax? Actually, it's true. Why is it that the rich don't pay tax? Why is it that middle class and the poor pay tax? Why? Because the rich educate themselves. The rich create business. Because business, you pay less tax because you can write off many of your expenses. Now, if you don't have a business, you have to pay tax. So in business, it's like that. Business is like you have a business, you take away all the expenses before you pay tax. You see, you take away all the expenses, you pay tax. But if you don't have a business, you pay tax first. Then only you can use the after-tax money to buy your expenses. You see the difference? For business, you take away all the expenses first, then you pay tax. For the individual, you pay tax first, then only the remaining money, then only you can buy expenses. Now, the rich is rich because they bother to learn. They bother to be educated. The poor and the middle class pay tax. Why? Because they are too lazy to learn. You understand? They are too lazy to go and learn. That's why they deserve to pay more tax. Some of you think it's unfair, but let me just show you an example. A billionaire. Who's a billionaire? Donald Trump. Okay? You see, Donald Trump is a billionaire, but you read this article. Read this article. Donald Trump don't pay tax for 2015, 2016, 2017, 2020, right? And you only paid 1,005 tax for 2 years because he structured his tax. And not only that, government still got to give him a refund of $5.47 million. A billionaire don't pay tax and government give them money. Why? Because they bother to go learn and be educated. The poor and the middle class pay a lot of tax because they are too lazy to learn, too lazy to be educated. When you're too lazy, you deserve to be penalized. So we have to learn. Spend more time learning. Yes? And Robert says, it's not the smart that get ahead, but the bold and courageous. So what is the meaning of bold? Right? Bold means daring, courageous, brave, fearless, and unafraid. Now, this is called bold. The bold are the ones that go ahead, right? Instead of those that don't take risks. So we all must have aspiration, right? Why do we need to have aspiration? Because life is short. Life is short. And you got to find your reason to live. Now, same as what Jill say, the end, look at the end first. Look at the end first. So what do you want to do? So you can write down a lot of things you want to do. So look at the end. This is the thing I want to do. Write it down. Now, so what is aspiration? Aspiration are goals and dreams that make you happy. Aspiration are goals and dreams that make you happy. Goals and dreams that make you happy. Write down the thing that really, really make you happy. So where does aspiration come from? Aspiration come from dreams. Now, where does dream come from? Dream come from thinking. Now, I want to ask you a question. How much does it cost you to think? How much does it cost you to think? It costs you nothing. If it costs you nothing to think, you must not think big, right? Since it costs you nothing to think, you must think big. You'll be happy, right? You will be happy because you think big. Because when you think big, you attract good people to come and join you. Now, good people does not always be attracted by money. Good people are always attracted by your big ideas and big things. Big dreams, right? Big dreams. So don't laugh at other people's aspiration, okay? And also don't laugh at your own aspiration. Now, why people don't laugh at your dream? Why people don't laugh at your dream? People don't laugh at your dream is because your dream is too small. Your dream is too small. So don't be afraid to dream big and think big, okay? Don't be afraid to think big and dream big. Now, so as Robert says, the rich don't work for money. The rich don't work for money. Now, Robert also says this, that we got to choose our own hero. We got to choose our own hero. My hero is Elon Musk. Okay, so you must choose your own hero. So recently, one of the hero of Robert is Buckminster Fuller. You can see this. This is Robert with Buckminster Fuller, because Buckminster Fuller is a very brilliant person. So Robert's hero are those people who are really thinker and smart, right? So recently when Robert was in Singapore, he spent time with Jim Rogers. Now Jim Rogers is the partner of Soros. Soros is a partner of George Soros. And so the lesson here is this. It's not how hard you work. Now, we Asians work very hard. I believe the Greece people also work very hard. So it's not how hard you work. It's what you work on. What you work hard on is important, and who you work with. Now, find the person who is your hero to work with your hero. Okay? Now, I want to share with you a story that you won't find in Robert's books or in his seminar. Now, Robert loved to eat chicken rice, okay? Now, if you come to Singapore, you must come and eat chicken rice, okay? Because if you have never eaten chicken rice in Singapore, you have not been to Singapore. So make sure that when you are in Singapore, you go eat chicken rice. So I brought Robert to eat chicken rice, and we talk about making big money, okay? So one day, Robert, when we are eating chicken rice, Robert said this. He says, Richard, it takes the same amount of time and effort and resources to make big money or to make small money. Listen carefully. Robert says that it takes the same amount of time and energy if you want to make big money or make small money. Now, I want to ask you a question, right? I find it to be true, right? Let's say, for example, if you want to make small money, you sell small item. If you want to make big money, you sell big item, right? So, but it takes the same amount of time whether to sell a small item or to sell a big item. Now, if you want to sell something for $100 and to sell something for $1,000, it takes the same amount of time and energy. Does it make sense? Right? How many of you here know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, can you please type yes? It takes the same. Yes. So yes. Okay. So like you, if you go to charge somebody 1,000 and you're going to charge somebody 3,000, it takes the same amount of time and money to do that. Now, I want to ask you a question. If it takes the same amount of time and money, if you take the same amount of time and energy to make small money or big money, do you prefer to make small money or big money? If you take the same amount of time to make small money or to make big money, do you want to make small or big? Or many people say big, big, big. Big, of course. Big, of course. So, my next question to you is this. If you take the same amount of time and energy to make small money and to make big money, and you choose to make big money, why is it that so many people are still making small money? If you take the same amount of time and resources to make small money or make money, big money, and you want to make big money, but why is it that so many people are still making small money? And that's the same question I asked Robert. Robert says, this is what Robert says. Robert says, you make small money from small people. People who are less successful than you. People who are small people. You make small money from them. You make big money from big people. People who are successful. People who are millionaire. And the reason why you are making small money, that's right. Emilia says fear. Yes, because you don't have the courage to talk to successful people. because you don't have the courage to talk to successful people, and also because, right, you are thinking small. You are thinking small. Now, the time that I spent with Robert, it really, really changed my mind. Robert has influenced me to be who I am today. And today, Success Resources is the largest seminar company in the world. A lot of times because I am influenced by Robert. I'm influenced by Robert. Robert says that, it's very simple. You want to make a lot of money, you need to have courage, right? Because the courage to talk to successful people. Talk to successful people. And my life has been changed because of Robert. And I want to tell you a good news. Good news is this, that Robert is coming near you, right? Live in London, which is very close to you. London from 31st October to 1st of November. 1st of October to 1st of November. Now, the seat will surely be taken up because when he was in Singapore, it was full house. We cannot admit any more people. So I believe that in London, it will also be full house. Now, I want to ask you a question. How many of you here don't mind to want to learn from Robert Kiyosaki? If you don't mind and want to learn from Robert Kiyosaki, can you please type why? Yes. How many of you here don't mind to learn from Robert Kiyosaki? Who else? Yes, Eva. Yes, Coach. Yes, so many of you. Helen. Yes. Okay, how many of you don't mind to learn from Robert? Okay, very good. So he is coming to London. Okay, 31st October to the 1st of November. Of course, if you want to learn from Robert, there is some investment. I'll tell you there are two investments, okay? Number one, of course, because we Success Resources run the event, we need to be financed, so you need to invest some money to come and learn from Robert. But I tell you that is not the biggest investment. The biggest investment is your time and your love for yourself and for your family. That is the biggest investment. Investment of money is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the investment of your time and investment of the love of yourself to come. Okay, that is the biggest investment. So let me just share with you. What does it take to come to Robert Kiyosaki program. Okay, so it's 2 days event, and together with I forgot Brian Rose. Now Brian Rose is a very, 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 very successful UK business person. I think he has like 30 million people on his social media. So he's very, very successful. And together with Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. Now also Robert brought together a team of instructors to come together to share with you. And then just now someone asked, to know the tools, right, to attract money and have passive income. When you come to London, there will be sharing of tools, right, that you can make money and also earn passive income. So we have two kinds of seats, right? Two kinds of seats. One is general seat and one is VIP seats. Okay. Now, of course, general seats include your admission for 2 days, right? And you have your workbook and you have 2 kids, and also, on day 2, you get to play the cash flow game. Okay. Now the VIP seat, what's the difference between the VIP seat? Of course, the 2-day program, you sit on the front row, you have your workbook, your Rich Dad Mastery Toolkit, fast track registration, you get registered first. Now this is very important. You have speed networking. So for the VIP, you get to know all the people in the VIP, right? Because we have a networking session here. You never know, right? You'll meet someone that can become your business partner or can become your life partner. Then you have, you get to play the cash flow game on day 2. And then you get to meet and greet the Rich Dad advisor and the other speakers, and also lunch is included. Now this helps it a lot of convenience, right? So instead of going out for lunch, you stay there and we provide you lunch. So there's 2 different seats. Okay, so we have general seat, right? And also the VIP seat. So what is the investment? What is the investment? Now, the general seats go for £997 plus GST, okay? Now, the VIP seat is £1,999 plus GST. Now, because, we are quite a month away from this program, we have what we call the early bird. So for the early bird, now you don't have to invest £997 plus GST, okay? It's only, you don't have to invest for VIP, you don't have to invest £2,000 plus GST. It's only £497, and the VIP is only £1,097. Now, I want to say this, that if you can afford it, go for the VIP. Now, in Singapore, it's all sold out, and the VIP, get so much value and networking, right, for the program. Okay. So, just now, Jill has sent the QR code, and you can go for a QR code, and you can then sign up for the program, right? You can sign up for the program. So, before I go to the Q&A, I understand there's a Q&A. Before I go to a Q&A, I just want to leave the note here. Don't be pushed by your problem, but be led by your dream. Fight for your dream, and your dream will fight for you. Fight for your dream, and your dream will fight for you. So I want to pass this time back to Jill, and if there's question and answer, I'll be happy to answer your question. Back to you, Jill. So this
was incredible, mind-blowing. I have no words to thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Now, I want to add that once we enroll for the next days, we let me see. We have some bonuses that we're going to share with you. Now, let me know in the chat what will be different in your life once you become a leader and are surrounded with other leaders. So I know all of you have been working on this. All of you have been working on your personal development. Okay, all of you are in our mailing list. You have been really following for a long time. We've done so many masterclasses. So what will be different once you meet people who are in the same mindset? Just write in the chat. What will be different once you're surrounded with people who want to be financially free? What will change for your life? Great. Don't write to me. Just write in the chat in general. Okay. I will be inspired. Yeah, you will be inspired. What else? What will change? See further. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Create a new vision. Yes. Beautiful. Make new friendships. Yes. Write in the chat. Excellent. I love this. Don't write to me. Write in the general chat. Excellent. Change the mindset. Exactly. Exactly, Amelia. Exactly. Yes, it will get knowledge and experience, motivation, and positive energy, help others too, will broaden my horizons. First step to being rich, network. Your network is your net worth. Excellent. So I want to make this much easier for you. And I want to add my thinking that I can do it too. Of course you can, Susan. If you can't, then who can? I want to add an amazing bonus, okay, once you enroll. We will give you for free the plan. The plan is all the knowledge, skills, and abilities that I've acquired since 2005 that I've been working in the personal development. Is a 4-week online course together with a coaching session with me. Okay, a coaching session with me of 1 hour worth of 2,000 euros. So I really, really want to encourage you to grab this opportunity, okay? Grab the bonuses. The moment that you enroll, we will arrange our coaching session. Why? Because I want you to be prepared. I want you to be prepared before you go, be very clear what you want. And then when we go to the National Achievers Congress, you will be very clear on what the outcome is going to be. Okay, so this is a bonus that we're giving, total value of 4,400 for 500 euros. And this is just huge. And you're going to go to London. We're going to be together. Now, let me know if you want to commit to become the best version of yourself. Please write in the chat. Of course, you're coming to London, Nancy. Who else is coming to London? Write down. I know many of you have been discussing about London. Now, write in the chat, who else is coming to National Achievers Congress? I would love to know. So we start really visualizing what we're going to do. Commit. Do you want to commit to the best version of yourself? Write in the chat. And now we are going to go through some questions together with Richard. Richard, what is the first right step? Eleni asks, what is the first right step? Do you want to share?
Now, the first right step for everything is to take the first step. The first right step for 1,000 miles is to take the first step. Now, sometimes it's easier said than done. For me, I tell you my strategy, okay? Let's say, for example, you want to wake up early in the morning and exercise, yeah? So you got to get up at, 5 a.m. to exercise. And you set your alarm bell at 5 a.m. And when 5 a.m. came, the alarm bell ring, cling, 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 and you get up, right? And when you get up, what do? You are so tired, you say, oh no, let me sit for another 10 minutes. And then you fall asleep, and then you never go and run, right? So it happened many times. I'm sure some of you have this same experience. So what's the strategy? The strategy is this. The strategy is to force yourself. How to force yourself? You make an appointment with Jill. Jill, let's go exercise at 5 a.m. in the morning. And Jill said, okay. Now, because you make an appointment with Jill, and now when you set your alarm at 5, when the alarm bell ring, right, you get up and then you want to go back and sleep, you say, oh no, Jill is going to wait for me. If I don't go, she's going to kill me. I say, I go. So when you went to the park, you met Jill. Jill say, Jill tell Nancy, if not because I make an appointment with you, I also won't come. Same thing, right? Yeah. So both of you go. You force yourself to go. So how do you take your first step? You just have to force yourself to take your first step. Put your money down. When you put your money down, you will go. Because you say, I already pay, so I have to go. If you don't put your money down, you don't force yourself to be successful. And I just share with you, this is my strategy. If you want to go and see Robert and you feel that it is the right thing to do, and he's great, amazing teacher that if you don't see him in London, you won't have a chance to see him live, put your money down. When you put your money down, you force yourself to be successful. That's my answer to your short question, Jill.
Yeah, it's exactly what I say. Just put the shoes. I'm a runner, Richard, and I run almost every day, and I swim when I don't run. So I just put my shoes. There's so many days that I really, I'm like, oh no, I really don't want to do this, and just force myself to put the first shoe, and then I'm like, okay, let's put the second shoe, and then I force myself to go out of the house, and I say to myself, you're not gonna run, just go out of the house. And then when I'm out of the house, I'm like, okay, what the heck? Let's start running. And then I'm running, my 7K. So it's just to really take the first step, as you expressed. And about money is the biggest accountability that there is. The moment we put the money, the reticular activating system starts working and miracles happen. And all my students know this, because most of the students, they don't have the money, to study in Global Academy of Coaching. And suddenly they find this money. So it's just incredible. Christina says, I am a single mom. How can I increase my income in order to give to my children and myself what we deserve?
Okay, so first, thank you for that question. But I want to ask you this. Do you know of any or read about any single mom who are very, very successful? How many of you here have read or known of single mom who are very, very successful? If you have, can you please type on your chat, you put down on me, if you have heard or if you know of any single mom who are very successful?
Well, guys,
Anyone?
I am.
I do. Eva, else? Jill, you are a single mom?
Yes, I am.
Jill? Please type I do quick. Please type there. Any one of you who have heard of single mom who are very successful? Who have met or know? So Jill there? Yes. Yes, so many of you. So my question to you is, if you are a single mom, you are not alone. Many single moms are very, very successful. And because they can do it, you can do it. So what's the difference? The difference is that many of these single moms who are successful, they have educated themselves and they have learned skill to be successful. So to answer your question is that, you go to, number one, you have to believe that you can be successful too. Number two, you just have to learn the skill so that you too can be successful, so that you can take care of your family. So that's my answer for you.
Yeah. Richard, it's really weird because when a student of mine said, yeah, you're a single mom and blah, 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 I freaked out and I realized that I don't wear this badge. I don't wear it. I don't accept it. It's a badge. It's good. If someone wants to wear it, it's good. I don't criticize, but we're so much more than a single mom. It's incredible. So yeah, let's educate ourselves and let's be the incredible single moms or incredible entrepreneurs, okay, that we can be. And it's a choice. It's a matter of choice. So I really love what you shared, Richard. Thank you so much. And Dimitrio says, how can one start with complete absence of capital?
Okay, so how does one start with the complete absence of capital? Now, first of all, like what Robert says, you need to, first of all, I want to start with asking the same question again. Are there people who start the business with no money? Okay, I can give you a few examples. Jill, you came to Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In Malaysia, there's an airline called Air Asia. Air Asia is an airline. Tony Fernandez is the founder of Air Asia, and he bought Air Asia for $1. He bought Air Asia for $1. Now, if you come to Singapore, right, there's a company called HSR, public listed company, and my friend Patrick Liu is the owner of HSR. He bought the public listed company for also $1. I can go on and on and on and tell you. Now in London, there's a bank called Bailey Bank. Bailey Bank was sold for also $1. Now, I can give you many examples of many business and company that are being sold for $1. Of course, why they are sold for $1 is because they have problem. I mean, the company has problem, the business has problem, and the owner want to get rid of it and sell you for $1. So there are opportunity out there that can be acquired for no money, right? Now, I started the business not with no money. I started the business with only $2,000, and we built the business into $100 million around the world. Now, so in the first step is to realize that, well, you can actually start a business with no money, right? And you just need to be educated. Now, and that's my answer to you. Come to the National Achievement Congress, maybe the first step, or sign up for Jill's coaching. This could be another, right? And then with the education, actually, you can start a business with no money, really. Or no money doesn't mean that the business doesn't take any money, but it just means that it's not your money. It could be other people's money, right? It could be other people's money, but not your own money. Okay, does it make sense? I hope I answer your question.
Definitely. It's what Tony Robbins says, Richard. Be resourceful. Okay, just be resourceful. Think out of the box. And I love the story that Robert shares, that he wanted a hectare to build a farm, and then he thought big, and he bought 50 hectares. He put down $10,000. He sold the 49 hectares. He kept the one, and actually he made profit, and he had his farm, which is mind-blowing if you think about it. No, who would think if they wanted 1 hectare to go and buy 50? I mean, it's like, it's completely out of the box, but it's about being resourceful.
Yeah.
I really love that. Now, Nadia asks, can you be an employee and be rich?
Can I be an employee and be rich? My answer to you is yes. You can be an employee and be rich. I think at the end of it, you just have to be happy. I mean, the most important thing in life is to learn to be happy. Now, of course, when you are rich, when you are rich, you can use money to help other people. If you are poor, other people got to help you, right? Other people got to help you, and you become a problem for your loved one, your family, and your country, because your country have to look after you because you are poor. So an employee can also be rich, but the only problem with an employee is that you do not have the freedom of time, right? Because you are under control. Now, Robert said this, the disadvantage of being an employee is that it prevents you from having freedom. From having what again? Freedom, right? You see ESBI, E and S, you have no freedom, right? So if you want to be happy, you need to have freedom.
This is huge, what that you said. First of all, I would think that when you're a me, you cannot be rich. So you now really need to rethink about it. But probably in my mind, the rich goes with freedom.
Yep.
So probably I've connected it like that. So I really need to think about that, and I'll watch the replay definitely. And last question, because we really need to wrap up. And it's I don't know, it's 12 o'clock in Singapore, I think. It's really late for you, Richard. So Susan says, not having earlier knowledge on financial independence at the later stage in life, how can one build financial independence?
Okay, my question is, it's never too late, okay? It's never too late. The fact that you realize it right now is not too late. And you can be financially independent if you start today. That's what I can tell you. It's never too late.
Of course, it's never too late. Yeah, and the thing is to start, okay? Because the ego is always going to say that it's late. Even if you're 20 years old, our ego is going to say it's late, but it's never too late. Richard, I have no words to thank you, really, because it has been mind-blowing. Guys, for me, it has been mind-blowing. Write in the chat, what are you getting today from our masterclass? Okay, write in the chat. And we will have our famous picture. So if you're dressed, then open your camera so that we have our famous picture. Write in the chat what you're getting with you from this masterclass. Oh my God, I see everyone. Emma, Frisula. Hi, Olga. Great. Hi, Kali. Hello, James. Come on, guys. Hi, Demis. I feel inspired. I'm feeling not alone. Oh, that's so sweet. Inspiration. Great. Guys, turn on your camera if you're decent. Hi, Lisa. Hi, big hug. Hi, Yota. Hey, Katerina. Big hug. Hi, Alvin. Hello. Hi, Google. More inspiration, more ideas, and thank you, motivated. It's not about right or wrong. It's about making it right. Yes, Crisul, I love it. I love it. Hi, Amanj. Hello. Crisopilli, turn on your camera. Come on, we're taking the picture. Surrounding yourself with success reshapes mindset and unlocks opportunities. Thank you, Richard and Jill. Thank you, guys, because you belong to the 5%. Together, we're changing the world. Lisa says it's never too late. We're changing the world. I really want to invite you to come to National Achievers Congress. It's going to be mind-blowing. We're going to be there. It's going to be really fun. Book your seat now because the price is going to go up. We all can do it. Yes, of course we can do it all. So now, James, we're going to take the picture. So everybody smile. James, you're doing it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Smile, everybody. Yeah. Excellent. Oh my God, Susan was out. I'm bringing her in. I really want to thank you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Veronica. Richard, do you want to say something?
Fight for your dream, and your dream will fight for you.
Oh, what a beautiful way to finish it. When you meet amazing people, you're standing on the shoulder of a giant and you can see further. Yes, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Let's make a change. Let's be the change. And we'll see. We'll talk in the next masterclass. Thank you, everyone. You can unmute if you want to say bye. You can unmute. Bye, guys. You can unmute if you want. No, they can't unmute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Big hugs. Bye.